Yo, what's going on? Here, let me see if the stream is up real quick. Let's see. Live. It looks like it's up. Let me click on it real quick. Yo, what's going on? Here, let me see if the stream is up real quick. Alright, looks like it's good. Thumbnail's good. Alright. Perfect. Yeah. let me guys show you the new graphics. Let me just use it. Alright, sorry, I don't know why that didn't work. Hello? We're gonna wait for people to get in. Let me just put this up real quick. Actually, let me do this so I can see chat, because I have yet to do that. We're still work in progress. Alright, perfect. Okay. What's up, guys? So here's some stuff. And full face cam, so whenever there's a commercial during the race, I can just put this up. And there we go, here's the screen, and here's my, my setup. So, back, full face cam, perfect, it's all good, alright. Alright, so we're just gonna watch some old Fontana races. Ah, crap, I shouldn't have done that. Here, wait, let me open a new tab real quick, and we will get going here in just a second. That is weird. Alright, it's muted. Good. Alright. Oh god, no. No. That was not good. Oh god. Alright, we're good. Okay. So, I'm just gonna search up Auto Club NASCAR races for now. Type in that. I don't know what to put in. There's the last year's. Anyone in? There's one watching, but that's probably just me. I hope you guys like the graphics that are on the screen right now. There's 2017, I think, full race. 2018, I think that looks like. Yeah, that's 2018. Is there any old ones? Oh, there's 2014. No, guys, you guys want to watch 2013. I mean, you guys want to watch that one? Here's the 2007 race. We could watch that. Okay. Let's watch. That's 2016, okay. Let's watch the 2013 race, because that one is the most memorable to me. 2013 Auto Club 400. Here we go. Nope, I don't want to answer the question, please. I don't want to answer it. Oh, it's muted.
Home to Major League Baseball, the Big Ten Championship, NASCAR, the UEFA Champions League Final, the UFC, and the NFL.
No, really? Everyone gets a BK stacker.
Tiny dancer.
Two linebackers.
To each their own. Burger swaggers.
Ads, I don't know what to tell you. I really hate ads. I really do. My phone's going off in the background. Alright, here we go.
Just basically made a mistake by getting into him a little too hard in the corner, and he spun out. But really, I'm excited about our outlook today. We're just going to be looking forward.
Hey, Denny, it's DW. In all of NASCAR, and they're using every inch.
All right.
See, when you give her all you got, we got battles all over this racetrack, and the fight is on.
All right, here we go.
NASCAR on Fox presents the Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola.
Man, I remember watching this at Grandma's house.
Field begins to roll off. Let's have a look at today's Geico starting grid. Denny Hamlin has his third pole here in the last 6 races. Greg Biffle has to go to the back due to the engine change. Brad Keselowski also to the back, same reason. Kyle Busch, first of his 24 Cup wins, came right here. Matt Kenseth, 3-time winner here. Joey Logano, 4th straight top 10 starts in California. Mark Truex Jr. has his season best start, and Tony Stewart has won 2 of the last 3 races here. Mark Martin and Kurt Busch are both past winners at Auto Club Speedway. California's Casey Mears has his best start of the season. They're with Juan Pablo Montoya. Clint Boyer's been at the top of the practice chart all weekend. Kevin Harvick, what a great win he had here in 2011. Exciting finish. Dale Jr., runner-up here in 06. To that man, Casey Kane, who starts right alongside. Jamie McMurray finished a season-best 10th last week. And Jimmy Johnson, 5-time winner at his home track. Jeff Gordon's a 3-time winner here. Ryan Newman, top 7 finish in the last 3 races on this 2-mile speedway. That's your top 20. Have a look back through the rest of the field.
Let's see if we can get the outside pole setter while he's up there. Greg Biffle, DW, got me, buddy?
I got you, DW.
Hey, Greg, a really fast pace here this weekend. Is your biggest concern your engine or having to fall to the rear?
Well, right now, my biggest concern is going to the back. It's, it's a big racetrack. You're going to lose a lot of track position. It gets strung out. We'll be half a lap behind real shortly into this event with the leaders in clean air. So just making up that track position is the main thing. And the thing is here, you can't really do 2 tires or stay out to make up track position. So it's going to be a difficult day to get us back up to the front.
All right, my friend. Well, you got a lot of cars to pass, and you're always fun to watch. You are truly my hero, a wheelman. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, DW. Appreciate it. And I know the fans will get a good show out of it.
Today's race brought to you by Budweiser, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. Great times are waiting. Grab some Bud.
They've got a win under their belts, but crew chief Jason Ratcliffe told me when they left the track yesterday, he wasn't sure just how good this racetrack is, but Matt Kenseth can make up some of that difference, as Mike Joyce said.
When they drop the green flag, we're not worried about that. We're just worried about hitting our marks and getting the job done. Mike?
Thanks, Jeff. 1 lap and we'll be racing. You see Greg Biffle dropping to the rear. Brad Keselowski already there.
All right, here we go.
Hamlin has elected the outside lane for the start of this race. That is the pole sitter's prerogative.
Yeah, a lot of momentum on that outside. Makes a lot of sense. All right, folks, come on, get up off your seat. Get up on your feet. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Boogity, boogity,
Let's go racing, boys.
My favorite commentator in history. I'm off my seat, Daryl. Let's go. I remember watching.
3 and 4 wide mid-pack. Who is going to lead this first lap?
I think that one became a
Joe Gibbs racing 1, 2, 3. That's Kenseth inside. The 11 of Hamlin. And Busch way up top.
Coach Gibbs says just how I drew it up.
You're riding with Mark Truex Jr. in a 56 car, another Toyota in 4th. A Toyota has never won a Sprint Cup Series race here at Auto Club Speedway.
And all the way down on the apron were the 2 of Keselowski and the 16 of Biffle. They have gained 8 positions at the conclusion of lap 1, and they keep coming.
You know, I talked about pace in the opening, and one of the things that NASCAR and I think the teams are starting to really look at is the gear ratios that we're pulling in these cars. They may need to make an adjustment in the future because of such higher speeds and higher RPM.
We saw the speeds right there going off into turn 3, over 200 miles per hour on teammates Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch.
They are second and third. Logano fourth. And here comes Busch to the inside and his number 18.
They fan out like a covey of quails when they go off into turn one.
But just look at the different racing grooves that they already can run here, and we're not even allowed 5, especially through 1 and 2. You see the battle right here for 6. Kurt Busch in the 78 car got that top 5 at Bristol, and Mark Martin in the 55.
Montoya joins them, looking for the bottom, but Martin had it covered. Hendrick teammates, 3 of them under a blanket. Earnhardt, Johnson, Kane, and Gordon, all 4.
I know this is a big, wide racetrack. It looks like it'd be pretty easy, but there is so much finesse in working the throttle and running the groove that your car is handling in. That's what's difficult to find early on. Where is my car work the best? On the bottom, like Jimmy Johnson, 48 and the 5 of Kane, or on the outside, like the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the 24 of Jeff Gordon?
And that could change as you get into a run.
Oh, sure, the track will get a little rubber on it, and the groove will move around, and you got to be willing to search around, hunt around, find where your car works best. Hamlin's going to the top.
And look who's right with him. Joey Logano on the bottom.
It's the way it always works.
And this is the way, if I were Joey Logano, this would thrill me to death. I would want to stay right in that 11's rearview mirror as long as I could, and maybe even pass him if I got a chance.
Or aggravate him.
Definitely aggravating.
24, Jeff Gordon on the bottom with Carl Edwards, and they pick up Paul Menard, and Menard almost had contact there with the 51 of Allmendinger.
But you see Marcus Ambrose in that 9 car right in front of Paul Menard and A.J. Allmendinger. The run he got on the high side of 1 and 2, and he just rockets down the back straightaway.
Second to last year.
That outside, it's such a big sweeping turn when you're up high, and you're backing the gas so much quicker when you're high. You get a lot of speed off the corner down the straightaway.
Oh. Very loose.
One of my favorite books of all time is written. Reread it. But now that I have Audible offers hundreds
I don't care. There we go.
Again, that's not unusual to see some of these cars maybe a little ill to start with. Air pressure low. Everything's kind of got to come up to race pace.
Jeff, how are those 2 Fords doing from the back of the pack?
They're coming right now, Mike, and they're using every inch of this racetrack. First time by the 2 car, he was already on, they were down below the apron trying to make a pass on the 16. They've been going back and forth. One lap, the 16 is on the bottom side. The next lap, he's on the top, and I'm talking about Greg Biffle track this lap. They're putting on quite a show, making these cars work around California speedway right now.
Oh, you can get up to about 20th, but from there on it gets a little wee bit tougher.
Menard, Ambrose, Allmendinger. And Allmendinger's car a little loose there, the 51. Have a look at them as they came off turn 4.
It's Allmendinger.
You see right away, A.J. Allmendinger in the 51 dives back in behind Marcus Ambrose. These cars are making a huge weight with that big spoiler on the back of them. Really easy to draft a car.
5th place. Martin Truex's Toyota has been caught by Kurt Busch. Casey Kane, Jeff Gordon, intramural battle among the Hendrick Chevys.
You see how Casey does that sweep down into the corner? You run that late entry, turn down and get a good run down the hill into the turn.
But you see Tony Stewart there in the 14 car, started 6. He's almost fallen outside the top 15. The driver on the move, though, is that 22 car of Joey Logano, went by Denny Hamlin for 3rd, and now he's all over the back of Kyle Busch, another former teammate, for 2nd.
Matt Kenseth, your leader by 0.7 of a second. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
So far, not a bad race. Not bad at all. Yeah. It's not a bad race. And the finish gets even better too. So yeah, this is a really good race. Hopefully people start tuning in first. I promoted it on my TikTok. Let's check the TikTok real quick. Anyone check it out at all? Posted on my story. Nobody's checking it out yet. That's alright. I'll just watch it by myself. It's all good, all good. It's all good and fun. I'm having a great time so far. Yeah, this brings back memory. This brings back memories. Oh, it's the Coca-Cola Racing Family Road Trip going on right now. I can't show you guys, or else we'll probably get striked. But this is a great. Yeah, this is a funny commercial.
As everybody knows, whenever Carl Edwards wins a race, he does his patented backflip. You ready? Get down.
You know what, I'm gonna go find something to drink. I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I didn't get something to drink, but I did get a yummy peanut butter and jelly. Alright.
22 green flag laps. Let's have an inside look at what's happening in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint. Brad Keselowski up 28 positions for where he had to start in the back due to the engine change, is the biggest mover so far. Get unlimited access to NASCAR with the NASCAR Mobile 13 app and truly unlimited data from Sprint. Learn more at sprint.com/speed.
Say the way Brad Keselowski is picking them up and laying them down right now, we're probably about 14 to 15 laps from green flag stops. He'd love to see this run out as a green flag run.
Yeah, I think so, Larry.
One change in the top 5. Kevin Harvick is the new 5th place car behind Busch, Kenseth, Hamlin, and Boyer. Kurt Busch back to 6th. Took 17 laps for Keselowski and Biffle to make it from 4th, 2nd, and 3rd into the top 20.
You know, back to Kevin Harvick in that 29 that just cracked the top 5, started back in the 12th position. Really impressed with the way they acclimated their practice yesterday. He didn't get worried about how many laps was on his tires. He just kept making a lot of long runs.
Ninth place, Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson. Johnson has come from 16th to battle in the top 10.
Yeah, Mark was the fastest car in our second practice yesterday. We got a battle here between teammates. Going to slide right up in front of Matt Kenseth. That's teammates working together right there.
They trail Kyle Busch by 4 seconds. Danica Patrick 34th after starting 38th. Matt?
Mike, so far in 2013, Auto Club Speedway has been the biggest challenge for Danica Patrick on the schedule from the time they unloaded. She's been fighting a very tight race car up top, or when she tries to migrate down to the bottom and try to find more grip right now in the center of the racetrack. Her biggest problem, hindrance so far, has been UW talked about it on Saturday. So many options here to move your race car around depending on how it reacts. But when you're new to a place, having too many options can be a problem, and that's been what she's been struggling with most so far this weekend.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. slipping back, started 13th. He is now at 22nd place, Krista.
Mike, it may be a case of overcompensation. You know, they were really tight in practice yesterday. Right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. so loose in and off the corners. He just came on the radio a few laps ago and said, I am sideways off the turn.
Here's the extra temperature that we have today. This track has a lot less grip. A lot of drivers are fighting loose. The back end coming around.
You can hear it in the 88 car. He can't even touch the gas.
What's Kyle Busch thinking all alone out there in the lead?
Tell me what you got, bud. Cruising right now at lane number 4. It's a little at the end, not bad. But when I'm up in the top lane, it's all good. So I can't really tell you until I go back up there before we come in to tell you what I got. You know what I mean?
He puts a lap on Josh Wise from nearby Riverside, who had a great career in midgets and on the short tracks of Southern California before moving up to Sprint Cup. 29 laps complete. David Stremme has spun his Swan Racing Toyota, and that puts us under the first caution of the day. The pace car has gathered up the field. Pit road is open, and Kyle Busch leads them in. Steve Burns.
Mike, Matt Kenseth is saying that he has lost some rear grip on his number 20 car. He said, I've lost it on entry, I've lost it on exit, and I'm just a little snug in the center. 4 tires. Krista.
Kurt Busch having a great time in the race car right now, except for it being, like a lot of guys, a little bit loose. They're going to tighten it up with a track bar adjustment. You'll see him go down 2 rounds. Matt?
And the teammates, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, they're coming to a stop. Kyle said that we wanted a slight air pressure change in the right front. No chassis adjustments, though, for the 18. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin, he said he really needed to have his car tightened up, especially on entry, because it was just not good cutting through the center of the corner.
Kevin Harvick. So we're 30 laps of 200 in. Kyle Busch has led 20, Matt Kenseth 10.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by the Auto Club. We're always with you. By Chevy Silverado, the one you depend on, the one that lasts. And by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. Coca-Cola, open happiness.
Check, actually.
We're under caution, Daryl. Let's see what happened to David Stremme here.
He just gets up. He's up in the high lane, actually, and looks like the car comes around. I thought he had a right rear tire down, but I'm really not sure. It doesn't look like it from that angle.
The caution is a break for Josh Wise. He gets the free pass, gets back on the lead lap. During most of the last century, this land in Fontana was the site of the Kaiser Steel plant. They made the infrastructure for World War II Liberty ships here. And when the steel mill was decommissioned, the EPA labeled it a brownfield site, unsuitable for most major development. Roger Penske bought the land and with Les Richter built Auto Club Speedway here in Southern California, where Kyle Busch is the leader, the first of 35 cars on the lead lap. 3 different leaders, including Travis Kvapil, under this caution period, which has lasted for 4 laps. So Josh Wise from Riverside is your Aaron's lucky dog. You don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And we're ready to go back to green.
You saw in our graphic when these drivers left pit road, looked like the real loser was Matt Kenseth in that 20 car. He's in that first pit box coming in, but lost a couple of spots.
Kenseth will restart 6th. 3 Toyotas, a Chevy, and a Ford in the top 5. Green flag.
We talked about it at the top of the show. Restarts can be mighty exciting here.
Those guys back. Ooh.
Whoa, Kurt Busch way to the bottom.
Ooh. That's one of those, excuse me, coming through.
That's not the last.
Of course, you see who he took advantage of.
That was lane 0 down there.
But just like everywhere else, with the exception of Daytona and Talladega, no out of bounds below that white line.
That little 78 car of Kurt Busch, that thing has been on the move. He's running good. He had a great finish last week, finished 4th. That team has really found its legs here lately.
A lot of jostling through the field.
Holy cow, they're in the grass, almost.
That's pretty cool. Maybe we can get one of their drivers on the podcast.
But somehow they tend to squeeze out of turn 4. Single file for the most part. Logano side by side with Kenseth in the 20, who may have brushed the wall coming off turn 4. That's the first side-by-side battle. Edwards 3 wide, stuck in the middle there, with Johnson in the 48 below him. Carl Edwards up high.
Let's go back and look at that restart one more time and see what really created all that action going down into turn 1. Watch the second car in line right there. That's the 29 car of Kevin Harvick.
Here's a replay.
He goes, and then I think he woes up and gets into the back of the 11 right there. That creates an accordion effect. Of course, that opened the door for Kurt Busch in the 78 to go down on the apron and force his way right by Joey Logano.
Clint Boyer got a shot from Matt Kenseth in that 20 car as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of stopping and going there. Not intentional, unintentional, but that caused almost a big mess.
Darrell, could what have caused that been just as simple as Hamlin shifting gears, losing his acceleration as he goes to high gear?
Yeah, you know, possibly. You just don't know, Mike, but there's a lot of games being played. There's a lot of gamesmanship on these restarts right now, and I know NASCAR is looking at that pretty closely.
Check with Krista.
Well, Mike, just a split second before that move happened, Kurt Busch came on the radio and said, whoa, they're pushing down here. But the crew is fired up when they saw Kurt make that move and not give an inch as Kurt came by their pit box. Everyone up against the wall cheering him on.
Uh-oh. Timmy Hill goes kaboom.
Oh,
that is Frank Stoddard's car. That number 32 Ford with Hill making his first start of the season. And just moments ago, watch this coming off turn 4.
And this is what happens at this racetrack, particularly off the corner here. This track, you see Biffle, he gets into the back of Jeff Gordon in the 24. You start to push out here, and you run so fast, you run out of racetrack. If somebody's alongside of you, sometimes you can't help but get into them.
Well, so now we're in.
Kyle Busch leads him to the caution flag, second one of the day. As Timmy Hill has problems under the hood of his highway patrol looking number 32.
We had only run 3 laps since that restart. We've got basically 36 drivers on the lead lap. I think most everybody up in the top 20 will stay out, but I'd say some of these drivers that are at the back of the lead lap cars, they'll hit pit road more adjustments.
The 78 car has got quite a bit of damage to the right side of it. I don't know when that happened, but he's got damage on the right side. 78 of Kurt Busch.
Riding with Clint Boyer. And you heard the noise when Clint got up there to the wall. It's a push behind him.
That was a pretty hard lick.
It surely sounded like it, Larry. I don't know. It's on the straightaway. Sometimes it's puzzling.
Here, let me actually.
Kyle Busch telling Dave Rogers that.
I'm gonna show my face real quick because I gotta do this because I'm getting messages like everywhere. All right, we're back.
Steve Kurt Busch also concerned with the damage on the right side of his car. He said both tires were panning. On a scale of 1 to 10, the hit was about a 5. The front end, though, looks good. Matt?
And what a huge move by Brad Keselowski at the back. He hit the road in the 10th position. 4 tires for him. They didn't really make any adjustments on the Blue News because he was back in traffic. The balance was good. He wanted to wait for maybe another stop before they make any more adjustments.
Join large-scale battles with
No.
military vehicles. The online action
No.
game War Thunder has received a major
I don't want to.
In the 55, Clint Boyer, it looks like a lot of drivers maybe hit that oil and got into that wall.
They did, Larry. A number of cars with right side damage.
Yeah, they're all pulling on that right front fender, trying to get it away from the tire. You see them using a baseball bat to pry the fender away from the tire on Mark Martin's car. So Timmy Hill loses an engine and a number of cars get banged up here in Fontana.
I'm Miss Spring Cup, and you're watching the NASCAR Spring Cup Series on Fox.
40 laps in under our second caution of the Auto Club 400. Time for an AT&T race break, brought to you by the nation's largest 4G LTE network, AT&T Rethink Possible. Timmy Hill in the 32 Oxy Water car has problems, and the oil brings the caution out. And check out the cars, Michael, going against the wall.
Yeah, you can see our first 2 guys, Kyle and Denny, weren't up high, but Boyer was the first one off turn 2 running high. He got in the wall, followed by Kurt Busch behind him. Kenseth barely misses. There goes our defending champion, Brad Keselowski, into the wall. Look at Mark Martin, Casey Kane. All these guys were running high on the track, Chris, and they hit that oil, and they didn't have any idea that it was there.
Casey Kane trying to win back-to-back races for the first time in his career. So is it a matter of where you were, wrong place, wrong time? Why could people at home say, hey, just steer away from it?
Yeah, they were running 200 miles an hour, by the way, when they got near that area, and the oil was up high right where some of the guys' grooves were. I guarantee you Clint Boyer was shocked when his car shot into that outside wall, had no idea why that would happen.
The repairs going on, and certainly we had Brad Keselowski talk about coming into the race, side drafting, side-by-side racing with the kind of repairs going on those cars. We counted 7 or 8 of them, and you just saw some headline drivers. What kind of effect will it have going forward?
Well, I think for the most part, those guys will be okay, except Boyer. He was the first one there, and he hit it the hardest. He could have had some chassis damage. We've seen how tough these new Generation 6 cars are. And keep going. The problem I see with Boyer was possibly right front suspension damage.
Let's get more on Clint Boyer with Steve Burns.
And Chris, short term
for you, and you just can't ever predict that.
And creates opportunity for others.
42
Kyle Busch is again elected the outside as the Toyota Camry pace car goes to pit road. His teammate Denny Hamlin alongside. Hamlin's nemesis Joey Logano in row number 2. There's the restart box that's in that area. Kyle Busch has to hit the gas and go. And here's Logano right up against his bumper as they roll off to turn 1.
Boy, Logano was looking for that way outside. Didn't quite have the room. He's going down on the bottom in turn 1.
Harvick up the outside, past Hamlin. Logano on the inside. He comes like a rocket out of turn 2.
He's got to run down that back straightaway.
Well, we've watched Joey Logano all weekend long, and he has been fast. But I tell you, Kevin Harvick in that 29, he's wanting a little bit of this action.
Logano trying to become the 3rd driver to lead under the green flag today. It's a dead heat as they come off turn 4. It's Busch at the line.
For Kyle Busch, that's about as bad a situation aero-wise you can be in. You got a car to your left, you got a car down right behind you, really moves your car around quite a bit. They're sorting it out down the back now.
Let's ride with Logano on the restart. He has the lead now for the first time today. Coming to green.
You hear that wheel spin?
Kyle wasn't going to give him the outside. But he had no reluctance, Darrell, slicing to the bottom right across the bow of Denny Hamlin.
No, he didn't. I think you see he's leading the race now. I think he knew this is my time. I got to go now.
Trouble continues for Casey Kane. It's a whole windshield tear-off, it looks like. That is covering about half of the grill opening on his car.
Oh, that's the tear-off.
Came off somebody's car up in front of him, and they normally put several layers on the windshield, and they'll just tear them off as they need to, but you can see it. But what he's trying to do, he got it off. He got up behind A.J. Allmendinger in that 51. That changed the air pressure on the nose of that car and basically sucked that tear-off off.
Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart fight for 9th behind Martin Truex and ahead of Carl Edwards. Nice drive for rookie Ricky Stenhouse leading this pack in his Roush Fenway Ford. 7th place right now after starting 29th.
Kid's doing a really nice job. I mean, he's just keeping his nose clean, and he and his team have really done a nice job.
Okay, he comes in here 11th in the points. He's completed every single lap of the first 4 races this year.
Tony Stewart gets by on the bottom. Krista?
Martin Truex Jr. started off this race tight in the center, snappy loose off, so bad so he said back on lap 27 he was, quote, struggling, but he's been able to get the adjustments made on the car. Right now just a little bit loose in, but he's moving up through the pack.
2nd place. Well, Toyota's battle, Matt.
Mike Busch had his teammate Denny Hamlin pull up alongside under that last caution, look at both the right and left sides of his car just to check and see if maybe a crush panel in the wheel well area might have been knocked loose. Denny did say those look fine, but part of the rocker panel near the back had started to peel back, but they said it should not be an issue at all. They won't even need to put bear bond on it.
That 18 car, once he can get to the top, I mean, rim riding the top, that's his groove, man. He can make some pretty good time up there.
Just look at the 4 different grooves. The 3 Joe Gibbs drivers and Kevin Harvick are running through 3 and 4.
That's 4 grooves and the apron.
Bunch of freeway flyers right there.
That's that run that Kyle gets off of the high, coming off the high side of the racetrack. He really gets momentum down the straightaway. He's able to make a pass.
Harvick trying to work his way through the middle. In 2 weeks, something completely different. The paperclip-shaped half-mile Martinsville Speedway. Always enjoy going there. Steve?
An update on Kevin Harvick. You see Matt Kenseth go by him. On the last pit stop on lap 30, they made no adjustments to that 29 car. It is a brand-new race car for Kevin Harvick. Crew Chief Gil Martin said Kevin really liked it in both practices yesterday.
Thanks, Steve. And here's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Krista. He's fought his way back up into the top 10.
He absolutely has. Right now he's getting cheerleading from his crew chief, Steve Letarte, telling him what a great job he's doing. The right side of his car is tore up a bit, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. able to add some wedge on that last stop, and that is helping the handling immensely.
And he was one of the 15 drivers that elected to stay out on that last caution. We knew he fell back, But based on what Krista just said, sounds like the adjustments are going the right direction for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Stayed out from 19th. And here's Joey Logano, your leader now by 2.5 seconds. Ford leading 3 Toyotas and Harvick's Chevrolet.
There, you know, there's a lot of people that say that Joey Logano is a different guy this year, changing teams, going over with Penske. It's really made a difference in his attitude, and right now his driving style looks pretty good too.
And I'd say he's liking looking out that rearview mirror and seeing 3 Joe Gibbs drivers.
A lot of lanes to race on, to pass, or on the block. We're at quarter distance in California.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds.
54 laps complete. Enter for a chance to win an all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado LTZ, a VIP Chevy racing experience for 2, and a meet and greet with Chevy driver Tony Stewart. Visit thenewsilverado.com now to enter. Stewart restarted 16th. He was the first driver to come off pit road under the second caution, and he's marched up into the top 5.
You want to see what elbows up look like? There you are right there. He is working. That's as hard as I've seen Tony Stewart work in a race car in a long time. But he is really running well right now. But that's just how hard he's working in that race car.
Matt?
He told me earlier this morning in driver intros, Mike, that they've had good race cars this year, involved in a couple crashes, but this is going to be one of those places where they can see where their program is definitely headed due to the fact he's won here the past couple of times. Stewart took 2 tires in that last stop. He said his car was just too tight in the center, but that was manageable, but it was definitely free on exit.
Now, you can just tell he's pretty guarded. I mean, he's on top of the wheel in case that thing does something he doesn't expect, unexpected.
Brad Keselowski, defending series champ and our point leader in the number 2. He has come from the back, as we've documented. He also pitted at lap 38 and has come up to 12th.
He's trying to accomplish something that's not been accomplished since 1995, and that's where the champion going into the next season scored 5 consecutive top 5s. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did it after winning the championship in 1994. Dale Earnhardt Sr.
It still fascinates me when people say, why would they have made the change to a different manufacturer? But the results are speaking for themselves. And I always say this, I give a lot of credit to Roger Penske. He's a visionary. He saw what they needed to do to make their team better. And Brad is his man. They get along really, really well. And he listens to Brad a lot.
Penske Racing has 2 victories here at Auto Club Speedway. Both came with Fords before they went to Dodge. And Dodge wants back in the sport. Their management, their dealers, they want to be here. But when Penske made the decision early last year to change to Ford for 2013, the Dodge folks felt they were unable to sign a top quality team to continue, so they're taking some time off. I think they'll be back.
There goes Tony Stewart around Matt Kenseth there. That's that 14 car is fast right now.
Jamie McMurray started 15th today, and Steve, he's climbed to 7th.
Hey, he's doing a nice job, Mike. His crew chief, Kevin Mannion, just said, hey, man, I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. To which Jamie replied, 10-4, thank you. Got to tell you, though, the car's gotten too loose for me right now.
It just appears the change that they made during the offseason, going to the Hendrick engine package, it has brought this operation to life. He and his teammate, Juan Pablo Montoya.
Well, Larry, when you go to with an engine manufacturer like Hendrick, you don't just get engines. They want to make sure that when they put that engine in your race car, it runs as you get the most out of it you can. That even includes helping you with your car.
Casey Kane and teammate Jimmy Johnson for 13th behind Clint Boyer. And here comes the Biff. You got to admire these drivers in general, and Greg Biffle in particular. He had a top 3 lap in the first practice. They lost an engine after 6 laps on the track, put a new bullet in it, and said, Greg, there's 5 minutes left in practice. Do your best. Wham, flat out, and right back up into the top 5. Seen it do it before when they had problems before qualifying. Greg, here's a car you've never driven. Hop in it and go get us a good qualifying lap. Bam! This guy's a wheel.
Oh, he is. I remember when he used to run the Nationwide Series, he would go to racetracks that he hadn't been there for practice. He hadn't been there for anything. He'd get in the car and go sit on the pole. Or he'd get in the car and start the rear and win the race. I'm serious when I tell you, he is a wheel man.
Sir. All right, one spot in front of him. You're looking back at Biffle from Jimmy Johnson in 14th, Matt.
And, Mike, you see Jimmy Johnson diving back down to the bottom. During the first 30 laps, that's where he was competing most of the time, and his car was impressive. But now he says the car has just gotten too tight through the center, and he just cannot get back in the gas. The back of the race car is out of the racetrack, so he cannot run the line that he would like. Right now, just soldiering on. And Biffle, his car rocketing to the front.
Did that car just step out, or did Greg Biffle give him a little help?
Well, let's take a look here and see. Biffle's down on the apron, got a great run up off the corner.
There's two watching
Jimmy's
now.
just a little bit
Hello
loose.
to the person that's watching.
That is an area that this race car seems to be very sensitive to.
I know that
When you get
person's
right
not me.
along that left rear quarter panel, we saw it at Daytona. We saw it there. Really makes the car move around.
Very much so.
But Jimmy Johnson in that 48, he's definitely been falling back, and he's probably going to be on pit road here in about 4 to 6 laps for a green flag stop.
Meanwhile, Joey Logano leads the Auto Club 400.
Last good year.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. By KFC, come in today and taste why fresh is better. And by AT&T, rethink possible.
Chris Myers back here at trackside. Jeff Hammond hanging out as Joey Logano leads through 66 laps. If you wonder what the former crew chief does when he's not chatting about the race of the cars, he's just, hanging on, hanging around. Time for the Coca-Cola race summary here. And the 22 car, the 22-year-old in the Auto Club car, Joey Logano. So far, the leader here, cars on the lead lap was 35. We've had a couple of cautions that have covered 9 laps. That oil on the track, hitting some of the big drivers as they scrape the wall. Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the Hendrick cars today. Not a whole lot of success. In fact, Jeff Gordon moments ago dropping back in the field. Some debate on whether or not he should pit in this race. But Joey Logano, let's check in first with Chris DeVoe.
Well, Chris, right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. saying the handling of his car is neutral. He is enjoying it. It's a new jack man jacking this car. Andrew Childers filling in for Nick Covey. Nick Covey expecting a baby at home.
Some pitted there.
Race leader Joey Logano comes to pit road. Almirola's in, so is Burton. Martin Truex earlier, and Ambrose has made his green flag pit stop. David Gilliland, another local driver. With California roots getting service, Jamie Mack. Steve.
Jamie McMurray on pit road, and again, 4 tires for him. His car had gotten loose. Still trying to get the car to turn in the center. Matt?
And Joey Logano is in. The team going to work on the left side of the car. Joey needed more help on exit, more security. They made big headways from the first stop to this stop. Meanwhile, the 16 of Greg Biffle on the last stop, no changes. The car, if anything, was a tick on the tight side, but he felt like they dodged a huge bullet. If he'd been up in the high line, Krista, and he hit that oil, he said he definitely would have been in the fence.
Well, I'll tell you, when these guys put on tires, there's almost 3 seconds difference in their lap times.
Yeah, once Joey Logano hit pit road, our race leader before this, Matt, the rest couldn't be far behind.
Absolutely, Larry Mack, and they're already going to work on the left side of the 18 of Kyle Busch. He said that on this pass run, his car had lost so much more grip. Some air pressure changes. Meanwhile, his teammate, he's on pit road as well. Hamlin said that his car wasn't bad on entry, just needed to turn better.
This has handed the lead to Kevin Harvick, and now Tony Stewart picks up the lead as we cycle through green flag pit stops. Steve?
I'll tell you what, Mike, this 29 car is so good. They've made no adjustments to it from the drop of the green flag, with the exception of 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Now, meanwhile, Carl Edwards on pit road, he's been battling a loose race car. He said we only fixed half of what we need on the last stop. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, and an air pressure adjustment for Carl Edwards.
Tough break for Kurt Busch. The 78 was too fast entering pit road. He exceeded the I can't drive 55 speed limit plus the 4.99 mile per hour grace period. So he has to do a pass through down pit road at pit road speed.
Now, Tony Stewart in the 14 on the left side of your screen, he has not made that green flag stop. He's leading the race, gets that point for leading. But as Darrell pointed out, he has given up so much time right now to those drivers that pitted 3 or 4 laps ago.
So it doesn't much matter that Stewart got his tires on the second caution 8 laps after most of the leaders. Oh boy, the speeding police have nabbed Kevin Harvick.
Well, this is an easy racetrack.
Exiting.
Entering and exiting these pits here is one of the easiest to do it on. You come down pit road, you get off of the track, but at such a high rate of speed, it's so hard to get wound up by that commitment line.
But we've been seeing this all year long. Drivers like Kyle Busch the last 2 races just trying to get all they can, getting on and off pit road.
Stewart's last lap, 42.15.
Yep.
And Kyle Busch's last lap, 40.35. That's almost 2 seconds.
Well, just look at Matt Kenseth in the 20 car drive by him. It almost looks like Tony's down a cylinder, and it's simply just a lack of grip in those tires.
Yeah, and you got to wonder about their game plan here. Now, you know, do we stretch the fuel out here? Or what are we trying to do? Get into some kind of a fuel window for our next stop? You never know what these guys are thinking.
That would have to be it, Darrell. He doesn't need fuel, but he could use some tires.
But it could build up an advantage if he can go this much further than everybody else over the long haul.
When Stewart's pit, when he pits on the left side of your screen, that could be the battle for the lead. Joey Logano's Ford against Kyle Busch's Toyota.
Well, what I'm also seeing is Matt Borland and Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart's teammate in that 39 car, they're running second right now. In fact, they just hit pit road, so they were on the same agenda essentially as Tony Stewart and his team.
So different fuel stop strategies. Krista.
And Ryan Newman has had a tough race so far. They needed to make an adjustment back on lap 37. They went the wrong way on that adjustment, so he's been dealing with a race car that is even more ill-handling than it was to start. Right now, the call for 4 tires and more adjustments to give him that stability back.
And that seems to be the plan for all 3 Stewart-Haas cars. Because Newman just pitted, Tony Stewart and Danica Patrick are all still out on the racetrack.
And you know, back in the day, if the caution came out, there would only be 10 drivers on the lead lap. It'd be a beautiful thing. But with all the different rules we have now with the wave around, it's pretty much all for naught. I don't understand this strategy this early in the race.
You saw Tony's equivalent of a NASCAR-style turn signal pointing out the window net to anybody who might be behind that he's headed for pit road.
But I think I do understand it, Larry. I believe you're looking at this thing going green, green, green. Fuel mileage is huge. I think they're playing that game.
Kyle Busch, when he comes around, will take the lead from Tony Stewart. Matt?
And Steve Addington calling Tony into his box. Now on their last stop, they made a chassis adjustment besides the air pressure
Got a good finish out of it after his car had been in the wall, and the one that's running hard for the lead here.
Yeah, I talked to Brad Keselowski, his teammate, and Brad said one of the things early on, one of the things they were really focusing on was getting this 22 car to run like the 2 has been. The 2 had a little advantage early on, but they've made some great improvements with that team, that 22 car.
I said it all during the offseason. This is exactly what Joey Logano needed, a breath of fresh air. He'd been at Joe Gibbs Racing for 4 years. Just look at one, we know he went in there a year too soon, but there was no choice when Tony Stewart left. You go back a couple of years ago, he had to live with the whole season not knowing if Greg Zipadelli was staying or leaving, and was Carl Edwards taking his ride. And then he lived last year with Matt Kenseth coming to that ride basically half the season. So it's always been disjointed over there.
Apparently his teammates didn't like him too much either.
Welcome back to Auto Club Speedway, where the crowd and the bill of fare is quite varied. A lot of different cultures here in Southern California. And they all seem to play here. I went over to Roger Penske's Audi dealership to look at a car yesterday. The salesman was from Sri Lanka, and he was an Earnhardt fan. Pretty cool.
Do tell.
Yeah.
You know, it's something. You look at the crowd here today. I know walking around behind the grandstand yesterday and even this morning, the most people I've seen here in quite some time. A beautiful crowd today.
Having a look at the 2 leaders, Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. We've been talking about splitters.
Yellow's out. Debris down the back.
And caution's out, as we'll take a close look at Joey Logano's car. Caution is for debris in the back straightaway. Look at the front splitter right there, just dragging the ground at the very front of that race car.
And you see it right there, and you see part of it gone right there. We've talked about these cars bottoming out on the back straightaway, especially getting off into turn 3, and that actually has broken part of that front splitter. That front splitter creates front downforce, which helps the front tires grip. Now, Michael, do you think this is going to be an issue for Joey Logano?
Oh, it definitely is, Larry Mack. The deal is these teams have a delicate balance they're faced with. The lower you run the car, the faster it'll go. I was talking to several drivers. They said, I'm dragging the ground and I'm hauling. We get it up off the road and I can't go as fast. But the problem is that splitter that we see there on Brad Keselowski's car, very thin at the front fender. It's worn away on the 22 car of Joey Logano, and that will hurt him. Remember, if you're leading this race, and you can see Kyle's losing his as well. If you're leading this race, you might be running 42 seconds flat. You might be running 15th and running 42.15 seconds. That's how tight things are. So you lose a little bit of downforce, it could cost you a whole lot of time on the track.
I wonder if someone's going to pit here.
Pace car has the field gathered up, and they'll open the pits this time. The big loser in that green flag run, Kevin Harvick, was 3rd before pit stops, had a speeding penalty that dropped him to 16th. Kurt Busch was solidly on the lead lap. He had a speeding penalty. He is now a lap down in 28th.
I know they had a strategy, but I think that caution was a huge break for Tony Stewart, because if you go back to my numbers, every driver will be on pit road right here. Fill it up with Sunoco race fuel. You can make it on 2 more stops from this pit stop.
You know who else agrees with your numbers? Steve Addington. He's probably said, I'm thankful for that caution.
Stewart is 5th. Under this, the 3rd caution flag of the day. Chance for the pit crews to work their magic. So in the front 5, 2 Toyotas, Logano's Ford, and 2 Chevrolets. Pit roads open. Steve.
Matt Kenseth has had to adjust his line, Mike. He's driving lower on the racetrack than where he started the race. He says he's loose in. He gets tight on initial throttle, and then he's loose off. So it's early and then late when he's 4 tires for Matt Kenseth. We go to Krista.
Steve, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also loose in. He said, I thought I was too tight at the start of the run, but it really came around to me. 4 tires of Sunoco fuel, Matt.
Peter Kyle Busch, he says his car wasn't bad balance-wise, but wants to keep up with the racetrack. They made a track bar adjustment on this stop that said the car helped that on the previous run. Meanwhile, Joey Logano, he said his car was tight from center to exit, had gotten slightly worse on that run. They made a chassis adjustment as well.
Looks like having that #1 pit selection that comes with sitting on the pole paid off for Denny Hamlin. He wins the battle off pit road.
So the battle of different strategies kind of comes apart with this caution flag for debris.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by AT&T. Rethink possible.
If you just tuned in, a quick recap here before the race. Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin near each other. And Kyle Busch in the middle. He's been the star of the first half of this race. But look at Logano getting near Hamlin. Logano led for quite a few laps in this race. 24, as a matter of fact. Brad Keselowski, who started 29th. Greg Biffle from the back of the pack. They actually made up 8 spots in 1 lap. And we're in the top 10. But oil on the track created some problems for a number of cars who slid and scraped the wall. Clint Bowyer, Keselowski, Bowyer, Casey Kane involved. They worked themselves back into the top 10. 7 leaders, 10 different lead changes. Denny Hamlin leading Kyle Busch at the moment here at the Auto Club 400. But in 2 weeks from today, it's Martinsville, Virginia.
In 2 weeks, NASCAR on Fox returns, and I'm going home. You coming with me? We head to Martinsville for some of the best short track racing you'll ever see.
Denny Hamlin, can't believe what I just saw.
Yeah, I've won there a couple times. I'm going for another one. Be there, only on Fox.
Martinsville in 2 weeks. The California racing community lost a couple of greats this week. John Cardinale, the longtime public relations director up at Sears Point in Sonoma, lost his battle with cancer. Cardinale was 40.
I'm getting a call. I will be right back. I'm getting a call. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Had to take a call. Ooh, look at that fresh cut, dude. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's get back to the race, though.
Industrialist, race car sponsor, and racetrack owner Warner Hodgdon passed at the age of 80. He rebuilt and revitalized the city of San Bernardino's downtown, and as a former owner of Bristol, Nashville Speedways.
Real quick, look at that cut. Look at that. Incredible stuff.
Getting ready to restart with Keselowski at the back after a speeding penalty on his pit stop. He came in 13th. Now he's 27th as Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch lead them to green.
Once again, Larry, 3, 4, just pick a lane. There's plenty of them there, and everybody's in one.
Yeah, Matt Kenseth in that 20 car, he goes way up the racetrack trying to get that run off turn 2. Just look at those two Joe Gibbs drivers, though, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. I don't know who wants to win this thing the most.
I don't either, but I know, easy here, boys. Now your teammates give each other a little room.
Very little.
That's the problem, though, isn't it, DW? You've got all that room in the corner, but you tend to come together on the exit of the corner.
You have a come-together meeting right out there off turn 4.
Boyer and Biffle on the inside of the 56 of Truex. That's 9th place.
I have to get an attaboy to Clint Boyer's team as well as Casey Kane's team. Remember, they got in that hole on the back straightaway. Major repairs for both those drivers, and now they're in the top 10.
And Ricky Stenhouse on the move. Takes 12th away from Jamie McMurray. And Harvick, the 29, coming from the back. Trying to recover from his speeding penalty.
Whoa, baby. Oh, now. Hang on there, boys. Again, just really tight. You get that big arrow push to some degree up off turn 4 there, and you just can't stay off that car on the outside of it.
Harvick behind Tony Stewart. Excuse me, there's Stewart. He's up on the outside of Casey Kane. 6th and 7th. There's Harvick. Side of Stenhouse. By the way, David Rudiman got the free pass under that, the 3rd caution of the day.
That caution, I think, was exactly what Kevin Harvick needed in that 29. Had that pit road speeding penalty under green on lap 70. Gave him an opportunity to catch back up.
So Harvick back in play at 13th right now. Brad Keselowski again has to fight his way from the back to the front as he did at the start of the race. These two are going to prove to be tough to catch. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin both in Toyotas, leading Joey Logano 1 second back, then Earnhardt and Kenseth. We'll have our mid-race report when we come back.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by the Dodge Dart. Dodge, new rules. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's at 100 laps to go, and time now for the AT&T mid-race report. Chris Myers, glad you're watching with us, and Kyle Busch, your current leader. He and Joey Logano led the most laps through the first half. Busch, by the way, led this race the last 2 years, led the most laps, but did not wind up winning it. Darrell Waltrip, who are you keeping an eye on?
Well, I try to connect the dots. And Dale Jr., the last time he won a race was at Michigan, a 2-mile super speedway, just like here in California. He has no wins here, but I'm watching that 88 today.
Well, I know this is going to be picking some low-hanging fruit, but I like Kyle Busch. He's been talking on the radio to his crew chief. He's saying, I haven't really kicked this thing in the side yet. I know what I need to do, I believe, and I think I have enough in the tank to do it. Watch for Kyle Busch to close strong.
Now, Michael, Joey Logano got a fresh start in 2013, and what happened at Bristol may be exactly what he needed to build a fire up on him. I'm going to keep an eye on Joey Logano. What a better thing to do than give Roger Penske a win at a track he opened in the late 90s. That.
But Larry Mack, Joe Gibbs would love to score a Sprint Cup Series win here. Denny Hamlin would like to give that to him, currently 3rd. His car pretty much from the drop of the green flag. He's been too free on entry. They've continued to try to tighten that race car up. They still have some work to do here in the second half. Mike?
Well, the trend is that the halfway leader here goes to victory lane. It's happened in 7 of the last 11 races here, but not the past 2 years, as Chris pointed out. Kyle Busch led the halfway lap, didn't win it, and today, Chris, he's led the halfway lap again.
And Mike, another factor, we heard crew chief Chad Knaus early in the race tell Jimmy Johnson, his driver, make sure you hydrate. This will be the hottest race of the year so far. How the driver handles the heat and the stress on their engines may determine the outcome today. Jimmy has not led, but he's a 5-time winner here and currently 18th. This has been your AT&T mid-race report. Kyle Busch leading Joey Logano, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Denny Hamlin. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
The Auto Club 400, presented by Coca-Cola, is sponsored by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost. By Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And by Subway, the official training restaurant of Carl Edwards and athletes everywhere.
10 laps past halfway in Southern California. Play Fox Fantasy Auto Racing, presented by Ford. Pick your team of 5 drivers each week and compete for weekly prizes all season long. Sign up today at foxsports.com/fantasy and pick your winning team. Matt Kenseth started 3rd, has led this race. He's dropped back to 10th. Have a look at him here. Ooh.
Oh, he and Biffle are kind of leaning on each other. Those are 2 former teammates. Yeah, gets into that left rear just a little bit. Biffle in his 16 does. Yeah, right there. Big contact. Woohoo!
Boy, that'll cut a tire down.
That'll cut your tire right down, man.
Now, earlier, Clint Bowyer got some damage driving through the oil when Timmy Hill dropped an engine, or dropped oil on the track from the engine. And Bowyer was one of 6 cars that got damaged. So let's get an update from Bowyer and see what's fresh off the wire, brought to you by KFC. Steve Burns.
Well, Mike, his crew chief is Brian Patty. Brian, you guys were so good early until you hit the wall. Can you get back to being contention?
I think so. Guys did a good job fixing the car in that pit stop. I think we passed 21 cars that next stint. So, yeah, we got a car capable. We just got to have a little bit of luck.
All right, thank you, Brian.
Thanks.
And that's what's fresh off the wire. Bowyer has rebounded to 6th place, and you saw Matt Kenseth make a pit stop at lap 93, unscheduled here, and you see the damage on both the right front and right rear on his car.
I think he may have felt, though, possibly that left rear tire going soft, the untimeliness of that stop right there. He still would have to make 2 more stops to make it to the end.
Yeah, that was hard enough contact, Larry. I bet it did damage that tire, and I bet he could feel it going down. Before it did blow out, he came to pit road.
Kenseth was 11th. He is now 1 lap down in 26th. Mark Martin battling Ricky Stenhouse, fighting for 18th position here. And let's go to the backstretch. Jeff Hammond.
Mike, right now I'm over on camera position 6. My buddy Turtle, one of our great cameramen here with Fox. I'm getting a really good view down the back straightaway of how rough this racetrack it still is today. Now, they haven't heard a lot of drivers complain about it, but we've already documented the 22-car Joe Logano. The problem he has on the left side of his splitter right now could be a factor before the end of the day. Remember, we're just past the halfway point. We may see several other drivers, and I've seen several cars hitting the racetrack really hard down the back straightaway and entering turn 3. And depending on the line, it either minimizes it if you stay high or you try to cut across to the bottom and down that apron, you're going to hit it that much harder. So he may not be the only guy that's going to be a victim of this racetrack at the end of the day.
Jeff, you can see, if you look at our shot there, you can see those dark and light spots. That's where the cars really porpoise up and down going down that back straightaway.
Yeah, you really can, Darrell, and you're exactly right. It's light and dark, and it's all because they're actually almost like grinding the racetrack down, and it really looks good. We're riding along with Joey Logano, and you see out the front windshield as he goes down the back straightaway and through these corners how really rough this racetrack is.
Yeah, you get right down here about 2/3 of the way down, and you'll watch the car will start to pop up and down just a little bit, getting into turn 3. Very disturbing.
Yeah, it's one of the few tracks we go to where the straightaways are bumpier than the corners.
Unusual. But they make it seem seamless.
And back comes Brad as he battles Jamie McMurray. 16th place for Keselowski, Matt.
when you look at Keselowski, his day took a turn. Remember back when the Timmy Hill incident happened, we had great video of the 2 car just grazing the wall. Brad's car from that point on has been on the tight side and gotten worse. They feel like something happened cosmetically possibly to the car or knocked something out of alignment because the car just has not been the same.
Car in the wall, turn 2. Bounced off, kept going slowly.
Yeah, the car.
That's Joe Nemechek.
The car just took off up the track. I'm thinking he may have been running in. No, he's got a left rear tire down. I see it now.
Nemechek, that will be a break for Matt Kenseth, who was a lap down, and it was confirmed from the pits that Kenseth did have a flat left rear tire when he pitted.
Oh, yeah, that splitter got in there and cut that left rear tire down, no question.
Watch the black car of Joe Nemechek high up against the wall.
And Mike, he chased that car from turn 1 all the way up into the middle of the corner and hung onto that car with that left rear tire down.
4th caution of the day, lap 117. For Nemechek. Aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Everything we learned making tires that face the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, official tire of NASCAR.
Speaking of tires, speaking of Sunoco race fuel, this caution.
4th caution of the day, lap 117.
Going to be with, they're going to hit pit road with 82 laps to go.
For Nemechek.
Get you to the end.
Aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Everything we learned making tires that face the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, official tire of NASCAR.
Speaking of tires, speaking of Sunoco race fuel, this caution.
4th caution of the day, lap 117.
They're going to hit pit road with 82 laps to go.
For Nemechek.
Get you to the end.
Aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Everything we learned making tires that face the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, official tire of NASCAR.
Speaking of tires, speaking of Sunoco race fuel, this caution.
4th caution of the day, lap 117.
They're going to hit pit road with 82 laps to go.
Nemechek. Aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Everything we learned making tires that face the grueling demands of NASCAR inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, official tire of NASCAR.
Speaking of tires, speaking of Sunoco race fuel, this caution.
4th caution of the day, lap 117.
Here, I'm adjusting the audio right now. I think this might be better. Yeah, I think this is definitely. Yeah, this is better. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. Alright. I think this is better. I'm just trying to fix it. Oh my god, look at all the inception. This is better. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. Alright. I think this is better. Hello. I need a mic, bro. Like, I need a mic. There, I think that should be good. Hello. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's definitely good. Alright. Alright, we're fixed now. We're good. We're all good. Yeah, stretch. Yeah. Just curl up a ball. Oh god, I almost fell over. Don't worry. I raised the kings. Oh. Guys, I found a boomerang, I think this is what it is. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's not really like... I don't know, it doesn't really work. Let me go get it. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? What's going on with you? Get this boomerang. I don't want to get up. Come on. So close. Come on. Get that ankle. Let's go. Oh, I got my boomerang. Oh, it's green flag too. Okay. Alright, green flag. I swear. Oh, wow, that was close. That was almost a good move, though. For Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch. Yeah, this thing doesn't really work. Let me see how the stream's going. We've been streaming for 87 minutes. 87, boys. 87. The big 87. Awesome, guys. Awesome. What am I doing with my life right now? I bet I look so stupid. I can't even see myself. Here, let me check. Let's see how stupid I look. You think I look really stupid? Let's see. Oh, I look like I have a big nose. Oh my god. I'm actually so dumb. Look at that. Why does it fit my face perfectly? Why? Wait, can I stick to my hat? Will that look even funny? Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Cooper. God, this looks so stupid. What if we like put two of them in my hat? Which one's sticking out? Well, first you actually gotta get the angle right. Alright, let's see this. I already don't. Oh god. Alright, well, I'm gonna stream the rest of the race like this. There's 76 to go, so I'm doing this for 76 more laps, 75. You know, I am being really stupid right now, and I apologize. This does not look good for my... I just play around with things. Oh, it's crank it up time. Here we go. I'm just gonna crank it up. NASCAR Aldridge.
Entering the corner.
Alright, that's good enough.
That's what it's like. 72 laps to go.
Look at all like slaps. Oh, I'm on a time bar. Ooh, we're about 2 hours into the race, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, we're about 2 hours into the race. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Stomp out bowling. Uh-oh, Marcos Ambrose. That's a caution. NASCAR? That's a caution, right? Okay, I was gonna say. This is about 69 to go. And that's what, our like 5th caution of the day. Right there. Allmendinger's 16th. Stenhouse is 15th. Their most recent Daytona 500 winner. Still only one person watching. It's all good. Another tire blowout, though. Like I said earlier in the stream, go ahead and follow or subscribe to NASCAR All Out channel. Go check them out. This is where I'm watching it on. If you guys didn't tune in at the start of the stream, or if you're just skipping ahead after the stream and you just want to watch it as a YouTube video, that's completely fine as well. Yeah, but go check out NASCAR All Out. He was recording the race for us, and this was, I think, how long ago did he record this? This is 2 years ago, so yeah, go check him out. I think there's, do they run green for all, like, 65 of these laps and then go go green for like 60 of these laps and then go green with 9 to go? Is that what happens? I'm not sure. They're gonna pit here, so see, there's Kyle. Nationwide Series. Oh, I thought someone was blowing an engine on pit road, but that was just Marcos Ambrose. I don't think he went a lap down there. Michael McDowell's in the 98. Looks so weird now. Timmy Hill in the 32. Greg Biffle's 3rd, so that's nice. Ryan Newman 6th. Amarola is 7th. Jeff Burton 8th. Is it? Yeah, that's Jeff Burton. David Reagan, 34. I think he won at Dega, actually. One of these years. Yeah, with David Gilland behind him. Sorry, guys. Honda Club 400. Radio Remix. I don't feel like turning it up, guys. You guys are just gonna look at my reactions. And I know nobody's watching this, so they're probably not gonna watch it after, but you know, it's alright. It's all good. Let me close my door real quick. Near miss for Hamlin and Logano. Not the only miss they'll have. Well, it's not really a miss, it's more of a crash, but you know. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junebug. Tony Stewart's in first. Alright, that's interesting. I think Brad Keselowski didn't do that well either this race. Which is odd, but you know, it's alright. I think I'm saying that because I think this was his like last decent year. I guess it's a splitter comparison to how low it was, and like, nah, it's actually pretty cool. Tear it off. Mikey, I don't really care to be honest. Skip ahead. Green flag, 64 to go. Alright. Look at Kyle Busch, wow. Through the middle. Danica Patrick, you know, average finishing position at 30th. Yeah, David Gillen's still in here. Boyer. Is he first right now? No, Tony is, right? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so Harvick's running the Jimmy John scheme. Alright, so that answers my question. Yeah, Tony's first, okay. He's actually pulling away right now, too. Greg Biffle, I think, won a race this year. He's in 9th right now. Yeah, he won at Michigan, if I recall correct. I think Kane won at Texas as well. Or no, that might have been 2014. But I don't know if he won this year. It's super cold in my room right now, guys. Yeah, excuse me. You know, let's skip ahead a little bit. What is it, 60 to go? Alright, I'll watch the last 60 laps. Just a little bit more time saving. I got stuff to do after the stream too, so yeah. Probably gonna stream the Auto Club 400 last, you know, technically race here because of the short track reconfigurations. I'm gonna miss it, man. This is a good track. This is a really good track. Definitely gonna miss it a lot. A lot. There's Newman and that Wicks. Oh my god, that Wicks car. It's so sexy. I remember that thing like it was yesterday. I don't know. I like that car a lot. Same with the Jimmy Johns and the Interstate batteries. Like 2013 was a good year for skiing. Oh jeez, man. Juan Pablo Montoya on the apron there, blocking off Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson's not doing good this race. Tony Stewart has a pretty nice scheme. It's kind of boring, but you know, it's whatever. It's Tony Stewart, you know, I could expect him to have like some pink scheme. Oh yeah, I forgot. This was Kenseth's first year in the 20 too. So that's something to keep in mind. What was Tony's last year? I think it was 2000. Oh, jeez, man. Look at that. Okay, I don't really care about. I don't really care about the sprint app. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like for real, for real. Yeah, and then he fell off a cliff. So I'm talking about Brad Keselowski, for anyone that's wondering. Denny Hamlin, he's 6th. I mean, I know he's gonna start competing at the end, but Bowyer 7th. Look like Newman, Kane, Kenseth, Biffle, Edwards, Earnhardt, Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon. This is the year that really Roush Fenway started to fall off a little bit. Because, I mean, they would get a win with Biffle. They would do okay with Stenhouse, but, you know, this is the year they would start to fall off. Like, once they lost Matt Kenseth and all went downhill. And then Greg Biffle started to get old, so he would fall off a little bit as well. In that 16. Yeah. Sucks that Kenseth never won another championship, which I think he probably deserved. Like in 2016, he had a really good run at it. 2015, 2014, 2013. I mean, this year he had a good run at it. 2014 actually wasn't that good of a run, but you know, he did something. 2012 he had a pretty good run at it in that Roush car. 2011, I don't know. I mean, it kind of switched in 2011, 2010. I don't really remember. Yeah, he had a lot of good runs for it to get his 2nd championship. Just never pulled it off. I'm glad he went to the Hall of Fame though. 48 to go. Look at how like weird Allmendinger looks in this picture, man. It's so weird. He doesn't even have the sponsor. He doesn't even have a sponsor on the car, dude. That's so sad. Here's Eric Almirola. Yeah, he doesn't get taken out until 2014. Kurt Busch looks so weird in this picture too. This is when he was involved in that controversy. So I think this is when also he still had those anger issues. He was starting to get out of them. But yeah, I think this is when he had that like after this year he had this controversy going around him. I think the case got eventually dropped, but after this he went on pretty much an upward spiral. Auto Club 400. I don't really feel like it, to be honest, Fox. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really feel like doing that, so I'm not going to. Let's check how the stream is going. Haven't checked that out in a while. 104 minutes, boys. 104 minutes. 104 minutes. Let's go, boys. Jimmy Johnson. Why are we looking at him? Okay. Harvick did not do bad this race, actually. Or Danica about to get lapped. Kyle Busch was really the dominant car, I feel like. Rewatching this race, I mean, he has just been up front all day. And, I mean, I feel like he deserved the win. Logano's not really up here either. It's weird. What happened to Jimmy? Did he get loose? Ooh. Yeah, a little bit. It's not bad, though. I don't really think that was replay worthy, but alright. Jimmy has not been up front this race. Matt Kenseth actually almost beat him in the championship, I remember. They're like 20 points behind, I think, or something. Ooh, Kyle. Martinsville is the race after this. This was in like March, or this was April like 1st, or it's like either March 31st or something like that. Bobby Labonte in that 47. don't know what's going on besides pit stops, I guess. There's 7 to go. Let's check on the stream. Still one watching. I don't think we've ever got, well, I mean, that one, it's technically 0 people watching because I'm the only one that's watching because I need to look at chat. So, yeah. It sucks, but, you know, it's whatever. I honestly probably figure out a way to put YouTube chat on, but I do not feel like it. Let's check out on the phone. Anyone watch a TikTok that I posted? Still no one, wow. Alright, that's actually really interesting. I feel like a lot more people would be here. It's 2:10, boys. 2:10. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. This race is almost over. 35 to go. Let's just skip through green flag pit stops, because really wants to watch that. I think we're on board with Joey Logano. There's Jimmy Johnson on pit road. He's not been doing good this race. Alright. Another commercial. Oh my god. Marcos. Marcus? Marcos. Marcos. What happened? What happened here? Did he just blow a tire? Yep. Oh, wow. Jeez Louise, man. Right in front of Kevin Harvick, too. Oh, wow. Just exploded. The entire thing just went kaboom, pretty much. That's crazy. He already blew a tire, too, on that part of the car, so probably why it exploded. Here's another pit cycle. 6th caution. I'll just figure out who. Alright, 27 to go. Ryan Newman's leading. Oh my god. There's Jimmy. Is he up here? Wait, is Jimmy up here? Wait, I'm so confused. Who's leading? I can't quite tell. I think it's Harvick and Busch. Okay. Green flag. Look at the cars in the back. Oh, terrible restart by Harvick. Here comes Logano up the middle. Newman. Terrible restart by Harvick there. Look at this fan out, dude. I'm gonna miss this. This ain't gonna happen at the short track anymore. Oh, look at Hamlin all the way down to the apron. Wow. Harvick got a terrible start. And look at him dive it into that corner. Ooh, yikes. That was really sketchy of Newman right there. Oh, into the wall. They're all pushing on it. Look. Clint Boyer to the bottom of the track. 25 to go. You just know what's coming, too. At the end of this race, you just know what's going to happen. Whoa, I think I saw someone spin. I swear I just saw it. Yep, alright, it's Mark Martin. I was going to say, I just saw someone spin off the corner there. Poor Mark. Did he blow a tire? Wow, alright. Looked like he just got loose off the corner, but maybe he just blew a tire because there's tire marks on it. So, did anyone else get involved? 7th caution. Oh, David Gilliland. I feel like a lot of people forgot about Gilliland. Yeah, I saw it off the corner here. Did he really just blow a tire? Or did Gilliland get him? No, it's not even like close. I mean, yeah, he just got loose right there. Oh, and they came. Ah, alright, that makes sense. Alright. So he like got loose and then got into Gilliland basically. Here's a good view. Truex, I think. Bam. Oh, jeez. Oh. Caught some air too. Round he goes. God, look at the wheel. It like went backwards. See, oh my god. Whole chassis like broke. Look at all that tape, dude. Holy. It's like a bandage. See anyone else gonna watch the finish with me? Nope. 140 go. I'm not watching the caution laps, guys. I'm sorry. It's not happening. I'm not watching caution laps. I'm not watching caution laps. Here we go. 20 to go. This isn't the final start, I don't think. I think there's one more after this. It's like 9 to go. Around there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Green flag. There's Logano. Look at Tony to the bottom. Ooh, almost contact. Here comes Joey to the top. Kane side drafting Tony. Tony to the bottom. Logano trying to get the run. Tony to third. Logano has to lift. Tony. Ooh, Kane trying to make a move on Logano. Tony to the apron, paving that white line. Coming on 19 to go. Tony's still on. Not anymore though. I feel like if you just let the race on green, I feel like Kyle would run away here. And I'm pretty sure there's one more caution that we have to get to. Look at Kane all the way up to the wall, pretty much. Oh, wow, huge run, too. And Harvick's just getting terrible luck on these restarts, dude. Look at Kurt Busch sending it down the inside. Sliding it up. Ooh! Ooh, man, that was really tight. And here comes Harvick back. This is why I love this track, dude. Just a bunch of good racing. Good hard racing. Kane dropping back. I'm assuming he probably, like, stayed out or something. Here comes Kenseth. To the bottom, there's Paul Menard, I see. I always found it crazy that someone can be off, but not in the race, and still finish ahead of someone that's in the race right now. Which I think is pretty crazy. Look at the pack back here. What's going on? 17 to go. 4 wide. Hamlin's all the way back in 18th. To think that he came back on this final restart's crazy. I'm assuming he probably went to get tires. That's probably why. He's all the way back here. All the way down. Truex trying to get that momentum. Hamlin's just too fast. Who would have thought? Oh, wow. Who would have thought that Truex and Hamlin would be teammates at this time? Truex is probably going to retire soon, too. Look at the run on Edwards from Biffle. Logano trying to chase down Kyle. Oh, there's the caution, maybe. Is that the caution? No, maybe? Maybe so. Oh, there's the caution. It's Clint Boyer. Wait, no, I'm getting ads. I'm getting ads. We saw the caution, guys. We saw the caution, but I'm getting ads, so I can't show it. Are we back? We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Welcome. Oh, Boyer's getting out of that car too. Is that like an electrical fire or something? What's going on? I thought he just spun. Must be like an electrical fire. Cause I thought he just spun out. But maybe it's like a... Oh, wow. That's scary, actually. Like, really scary. Got a text message. What we got in the grass? There we go. Yeah. I thought he just spun out. And that was all, but I guess that smoke came from an electrical fire. Alright, let's go ahead here. There's Hamlin. Can't do that. No, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get striked. Alright, here we go. And I believe this is the final restart. So we can turn it up a little bit. Here's where it all goes to mayhem here. So, yep, I know what happens. How far back is Denny? I really forgot how far back he was here. How far back is he? Where even is Denny? How does he get back into this race? Why are they 3 wide in the back? I think we all know what happens here, though. If you watch NASCAR for a long time, you know exactly what happens here. Stewart's going to try and move, and Logano's going to pull a block on him. Right there, yep. There's Kurt Busch. And here comes Kyle. Look at Dale. Look at Kurt. 3 wide. Time to go. I feel like Kyle wasn't the fastest car, but he was definitely the most dominant car. 3 wide. There's Hamlin. Look at Carl Edwards trying to make a move. Whoa.
Did he get turned or did he dive? I think he had a little help. But boy, he recovered quickly after that top to bottom run of the
Junebug. How does Logano catch up to Kyle? I mean, gotta have like some super speed there. I know Hamlin catches up to him, but which is understandable. But 8 to go, that's reasonable, I guess. Yeah, I can see. All right. Yeah, I think it's because Kyle has old tires. Here comes Denny. I think we all know what happens, man. It's coming up. Here comes Denny. Probably playing Jaws music in the background. I forgot Carl Edwards was up here too. Laps are winding down. 7 to go. One of my favorite. I think this is my favorite Auto Club race ever, and it mainly to do with the finish. But look how fast he just does that. There's Denny.
Best race ever at California Speedway. Kyle Busch trying to hold on. His teammate Denny Hamlin. Oh yeah, he's shoving Logano up high. Logano with a big steam run, and he almost turned Hamlin around. Oh my goodness! What a move! And the fans go wild.
I mean, that was a great move by Logano. I can't even lie. It's not. You were right, Mike. You were right.
Brad Keselowski off pace, telling him to pick up his speed to get through the last 5 laps here. He was 11th.
If we get through the last 5 laps out of caution, it will surprise me, I can tell you.
Dude, Logano's pressure is like falling out, I think, right? Or is it the sunshine? I don't know. That might be the sunshine. No, that's definitely... Yep, that's his oil. I thought that was the sunlight for a second. Look at Carl Edwards on the bottom. Again, to think they would be teammates. Nobody knew that was going to happen. Nobody knew that Joe Gibbs was going to make a 19 car. It's the show. That would contend for a championship. Ooh! Kyle Busch, 4 to go. They're about to make contact, dude. Holy shoot. Pulling up. Yeah, Edwards isn't going to have a chance. I feel like Dale... Doesn't Dale get in here? Yep, there he is. Here comes Junior. 3 to go. I feel like people right here thought that Joey Logano had it in the bag, but I wonder what happened here. I watched this race a long time ago, but this is like, I'm getting on the edge of my seat. Look at him, there he goes. It's not over yet. This makes me want to stand up. I'm not going to get over-exaggerated, though. Look at him, dude. He was like 5/10 back. Now he's like right on his bumper. 2 to go. And I'm pretty sure he gives him the bumper off of 4 here, and it's 2 to go. There he is. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, watch. He gives him the bumper here, I think. Here, turn it up.
It seems like he has a bit of an advantage down in turn 1 and 2.
Teammates last year, rivals this year. Friends, maybe never. But Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin are going to settle this.
He gives him a bumper here, watch. Boom. Bump. He's there.
Logano to the bottom, trying to hold his ground.
That's going to be tough, though. But he's been running good on the bottom. If he can just clear him
Nope.
right there.
No way he's going to lose his momentum. They're going to touch hard. Are they going to make it?
Here it comes. He gets loose. Contact. Here comes Kyle. Into the wall. Sliding down, and then eventually Hamlin breaks his back. Sucks for Hamlin. He was doing actually pretty good this season until then, but sucks for Hamlin, to be honest. I remember watching this and thinking, oh, he's going to be alright, but nope, he broke his back there, and it really sucks for him.
And it ends in a shower of sparks.
I am not surprised. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I'm not surprised. Denny's got his window net down. I think he's fine.
And that's a good sign to the rescue workers that he is okay. Two drivers went into turn 3, both refusing to lose.
I saw nothing wrong. That was two guys racing for the win. The 22 gets on. They're side by side. One pushes up a little bit and make contact.
And here is the 5-hour energy big move of the race.
That's when Joey got loose off turn 4, allowed Hamlin to get up beside him and make the pass. But here's where this is where it gets crazy. Joey can't quite get up in front of Denny right here. It's a drag race down the back. Hamlin's got a slight advantage, but then Joey fights back, and this is where they really go nuts down here in turn 3. Gotta run, got a slight edge. But then Joey gets loose on the bottom. Watch his car, gets loose, walks up the hill.
And then he goes up into Hamlin.
Then they really get together, and that's when the 22 went in the wall and 11 hit that inside wall.
And then where's the fight between Stewart?
Here's that.
Right here.
Logano climbs out of what's left of his race car, and here's your winner. Kyle Busch breaks his winless streak. He gets the first win at Auto Club.
Here we go. We're waiting for the fight. Where's the fight? I know it's coming up soon. Here we go.
And boy, Tony Stewart is after Logano.
I mean, this race pretty much had everything. This was a great race.
Well, I did see some punches thrown today. You can't say they're just pushing each other.
Do they have his interview in here?
Not sure what went on between Stewart and Logano.
Here we go. I want to see his interview. Where is it?
Now, Stewart could have been reacting.
And you got to push and shove to win one of these things sometimes, but you can't spin yourself out. Do you lean on Denny a little?
What the hell do you think I was mad about? Dumb little runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else, and he's the one that drives like a little. I'm gonna bust his ass. Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
All right, Michael Waltrip. Logano's been, we talked about it in the pre-race show as the continuation of celebration.
What a race, dude. I mean, I don't think you could ask for like a better race. I mean, that I think I don't know. I think that was a great race. I don't know if anyone tuned in, but to anybody who did tune in, I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching the stream. I appreciate you giving a chance. Make sure you go follow us on social media. I'm planning to make an Instagram soon, but for now, follow us on TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out for more NASCAR news and NASCAR streams. We're going to be streaming the last full Auto Club race, you know, the 1.5 mile, I think how long it is, till the short track. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday. And whenever you're watching this, have a good night, good morning, good afternoon. And, yeah, hope you guys have a great day.